A movie with Matt Damon helping Chinese heroes stop an unimaginable force. And I didn't even watch this last year, even though I should have. Sounds like fun. The Great Wall stars Matt Damon, William Dafoe, Jing, Tian, Andy Lau, Pedro Pascal, and William Dafoe, and is directed by Zhang Yimou. Now, the plot of The Great Wall is that this is a monster action film. Directed by Zhang Yimou, with a script by Tony Gilroy, Doug Miro, and Carlo Bernard, and based on a story by Max Brooks, Edward Zwick, and Marshall Herskovitz. And this is a U.S.-China co-production. Wow. And this is one of the most expensive Chinese-American films. Let's talk about this. So, basically, the beginning of this movie, you have this mercenary and this other guy, Matt Damon and this other guy, and they are in an epic search for a secret of gunpowder, and so they travel to China during the reign of the Renzong Emperor. And a few miles north of the Great Wall, bandits attacks them, and they seek refuge in the cave, but they are attacked by a monster, and this only leaves William, Garen, and Pedro alive. So they're taken prisoner by soldiers of the Nameless Order, led by General Zhao and strategist Wang. They are a Chinese military order commissioned by the Imperial Court of the Song Dynasty to repel a horde of alien monsters called the Tail Tide. And Matt Damon's character discovers the mystery behind one of the greatest wonders of the world. As wave after wave, marauding beasts besiege the massive structure, his quest for fortune turns to a journey towards heroism, and he joins a huge army of elite warriors to confront the unimaginable and seemingly unstoppable force, with the help of the Chinese groups. And a commander, a very hot commander, is that. The Great Wall. From the trailers, I was like, this doesn't look interesting. But then I saw some of the YouTube reviews, and some of them were very nice, some of them weren't too kind, and so I held off on watching the movie for the entire 2017. Then I caught this movie on cable, on Cinemax, and I decided to watch this movie. Then I watched it again after watching it. And surprisingly, this was good. This was actually pretty good. Now, it's not a perfect movie. I'm not saying it's a masterpiece, but it is a pretty entertaining movie. Now, the biggest problem with this movie from critics, it says it sacrifices great story for great action. I will say they could have, the movie is an hour and 43 minutes, and the movie could have been a lot more longer to focus on the story. But I will say that for the most part, I do enjoy the idea of the story, and I like it. It's an action blockbuster, and Zhang Yimou, you could tell this was a passion project, and this has a lot of Chinese elements too. So If you don't like Chinese subtitles or reading subtitles, you're not going to really enjoy this movie that much. And for the most part, this movie has a pretty intense Chinese cast. And they know it, and they use the cast to the best of their abilities. Now they couldn't shoot on the actual Great Wall, but they built 3 walls during production, and they did have to a lot of translators to handle the communication, as they had international crew for the filming. So that was another one of my problems, is that I felt like the movie could have, like I said, it could have used a lot more time for the story and focused a little more on it. Now, this movie did not deserve to bomb. This movie didn't deserve to bomb. There are 4 companies who did this movie: Universal, Legendary, LaVision Pictures, and China Film Group. And I felt bad for them. They had equal loss. This movie should have made more. And this movie should have gotten a higher score on Rotten Tomatoes, because I disagree with the 35%. And the controversies, I disagree with the Chinese controversy and the protagonist thing. Now, the music is really good here. The music is great from Ramin Djawadi. Now, this movie was released in China in December, but it didn't get released in the US till February. The score is great, like I said. The effects are pretty good, especially for the $150 million budget they had. I will say the costumes, the locations, the action scenes are well shot. You can see what's going on. There's no shaky cam. There's no quick cuts. And the characters, they could have had a lot more development to them, but I will say that for the most part, I thought this was the characters were fine. The acting in the movie is great. Matt Damon always brings it. His accent does change, because one moment he's doing an American accent, and then the other moment he's doing another accent, but he did good. Pedro Pascal, I thought he did really good. I like Willem Dafoe here. The Chinese cast is really great for the most part. And how can I go without talking about Jing Tian? Wow, what a badass. And not only that, Jing Tian is freaking hot. I did see her in Kong Skull Island in 2017. She was in that movie, and Pacific Rim Uprising, I thought she was pretty good in it. But here, she's gorgeous. I like Chinese women and Asian women too. Speaking of Chinese women, I will be talking about another movie involving Chinese characters. So, yeah. But the acting is pretty solid for the most part. It's not the worst performances I've ever seen. Now, the movie, like I said, overall, you have some good acting, some good visuals, good cinematography, good music, good directing. It's just that I felt like the story could have been a lot more fleshed out and the movie was more longer. I felt like the film could have used a little bit more edginess to it. But this was a movie that did not deserve to underperform. I guess people just don't appreciate good movies when they see it. And that is, unfortunately, the case nowadays. But I will give The Great Wall, for being fun, I'm going to give this movie an Epictastic. I will say, give it a watch, rent it first, but to see if you like it, but you may not like the movie, but I'm just saying rent it first and then see how it is. And if you do like the movie, then I would say go ahead and buy it. I enjoyed the movie for what it was. So, let me know what you guys think about The Great Wall down below. Do you like it? Did you not like it? I will see you guys in the next video. This is Future Filmmaker 3940 signing out, and you guys keep it cool.